Okay, this is the 4th video out of 5. If you haven't watched the other 3 videos, please do. Your first will be tricep dips. Your second will be hammer curls. Your third will be skull crushers. Those are all exercises that touch the first one, touching on extension, third one, touching on flexion, third one touching on extension, and this is going to be our second flexion exercise right here, which I will get into in a second. But please go watch those other videos before you watch this one. So this is the 4th exercise in both active range of motion stages. You're going to have your minimal resistance stage, and your maximal resistance stage. And again, each stage is going to last 8 weeks. In these active stages, you're going to be doing these exercises every other day. And you're going to do the passive range of motion exercise in between. And you're going to have a pain scale during these stages, because if you feel pain at a certain resistance, we're going to knock you down a few levels. And if you feel pain at a certain weight, we're going to knock you down a few levels, because the importance is not experiencing pain while you do these exercises and making sure you're doing the correct form, because quality matters more than quantity here. So we also can modify your reps in your sets, and we can, it's a very flexible program, because at the end of the day, we want to minimize pain in your wrist by improving range of motion in your elbow joint. So your seated incline curl. I do not have an incline with me. I apologize, but this do. So at an incline, you're probably going to need a gym. You'll have a resistance band that you'll most likely pin under your foot. So you're going to lean back. You're going to start in the neutral position like this gentleman has. And unlike the hammer curl where you have that fist bump, you're going to have it more like an upper hook punch. So with your dumbbell or with your resistance band, you're going to grab onto the handle. In your controlled motion, you're going to feel the activation in the front of the arm, and then you're going to release. Again, quality, you want to control the motion, and you don't want to experience pain. And between reps, you will take a 30-second to 1-minute break just so you don't experience pain. So dumbbell, definitely a dumbbell. It's the same thing, except you can increase weight every week, which we will have a log for. And if you want to record these or like have a partner or clinician watch you, that would be ideal, because then you know whether or not you're doing the motions correctly. And that's kind of the point of the minimal resistance stage, is we're keeping you at that resistance so you master that motion. So once you get to the active maximal range of motion stage, you will know the cues for whether or not you're doing it right. So to go over the thing again, you have your tricep dips, you have your hammer curls, you have your skull crushers, and now you have your seated incline curl. Tricep dips is going to be an extension exercise. Hammer curls are going to be a flexion exercise. And skull crushers are extension exercise, and this is a flexion exercise. So all your flexion and extension exercises are now done. The last one is going to be a pronation and supination exercise, which I will go over in the 5th and final video. But to reiterate, these are going to be you're going to perform these exercises in 2 separate stages. One with minimal resistance, which is just resistance, the same resistance for the full 8 weeks, exercise every other day, with passive stretches in between. Your reps and sets can be modified, and yeah, quality over quantity in order to improve your range of motion and minimize that wrist pain.